Hello students, again this is Namrata. I hope you all understood the first chapter and you have practiced the exercise I have given. Now this is the time to start the second chapter, that is first aid and emergency. Okay, so why it is important to know about first aid and kind of emergency we will discuss in this chapter, and what kind of first aid should be given for what kind of emergency. So let's start with this chapter. What is a first aid? When there is an accident or an injury, we should immediately provide first aid. How? First aid involves providing care to ill or injured people until medical help arrives. An important tool for first aid is the first aid box. A first aid box contains some necessary things that can help an injured or sick person until a doctor can see them. The first aid box must be kept within easy reach. Having the necessary items already in the box can help handle an emergency in the best way possible. See, here I am having a very beautifully covered box. So what is inside it? Let's have a look. Okay, now I am going to open this box. See what I am having in this box. Yes, this is my first aid box. Here I am going to show you the things I have. See, this is a Dettol, that is antiseptic liquid. Okay. What is this? This is a finger bandage. This is cotton crepe bandage. I'll let you know why it is important to have all these things in a box, in a first aid box. These are the earbuds. It is very helpful for many reasons. A scissor, some bandage, some medicines, hand sanitizer, one thermometer and some medicines. Very important thing, a cotton piece. So I have shown you the first aid box and what kind of material it should have. See, you can need a first aid box anywhere, like in school you are running and suddenly you skid, so you may get injured. Immediately your school staff will provide you the medical help. That is called the first aid. So we have to learn this because it is very important to saving lives. Here are some important first aid emergencies that one can help somebody. First one is cuts and wounds. In case of minor cuts, wash the wound with clean water so that all the dirt is removed. Use cotton to apply some antiseptic liquid to kill germs on the surface of that wound. If the wound is bleeding, then press lightly with a clean cloth or cotton till the bleeding stops. If the wound is not very deep, dress it with a bandage. Okay, if we are studying about the first aid, so one should know about the WHO. The WHO, that is World Health Organization, is the specialized agency of the United Nations which works in the field of international public health. It was established in 1948 and has its headquarters in Geneva, that is in Switzerland. Okay, so let's move for the next emergency, like burns. In case of burns, remove clothing from the burned areas except clothing stuck to the skin. Run cool water over the burn until the pain eases. Lightly apply a gauze bandage. I have shown you. No, not that one. Do not break any blisters. Have you seen after burning you get blisters? The bubbles inside the water is okay. So do not break any blisters that have formed. Take the patient to the doctor immediately. Next emergency is fractures. Okay. Any crack or break in a bone is called a fracture. We can provide some first aid in case of a fracture, like the injured person should not use or move the fractured part of the body. And when a leg appears to be broken, tie a splint around the fractured part. See, here it is done. Take a magazine or a piece of wood or cardboard and tie it around the affected area. Okay. Why it is important? Because it will not let your leg or the body move. It will make that fractured part stiff. Okay. It acts as a splint and prevents movement in that area. When a hand or an arm is broken, make a sling with a cloth or bandage to give support and prevent movement. It is very important to prevent any movement of a fractured part because it will increase the pain. Okay. So thereafter take the patient immediately to the hospital for the further treatment. Next is dehydration. What is dehydration? When we lose more water from our body than we take in. Okay. So in case of dehydration, we should drink a lot of water. Make a solution at home by mixing salt and sugar in water and drink that. Shift the patient to the hospital immediately in case of any emergency. Next are some animal bites like insect bites or snake bites. In case of animal bites, we should wash the bitten part with an antiseptic soap. Okay. And put an ice pack on that affected area. Apply some calamine lotion on that site of that insect bite. Some very important points we should remember. Be calm and do not panic. Call an adult or somebody elder in your home or neighborhood and a doctor immediately. Do not crowd around the injured person and let the person relax. So students, we have discussed this chapter. I'll give you some important exercise related to this chapter. Okay, thank you.